Chapter 4, Mishnah 4. Every day, 2 Tamid offerings were brought in the Beis Hamikdash, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. As a rule, the morning Tamid was the first korban of the day to be offered, and the afternoon Tamid was the last korban of the day. On Shabbos, Rosh Chodesh, and festivals, extra korbanos, known as Musaf offerings, were brought at some point between the 2 Tamid offerings. This Mishnah discusses whether these korbanos are valid if they are not brought in the proper order. Giving precedence to the morning Tamid offerings is not essential for the Musaf offerings to be valid. Although the morning Tamid is supposed to be brought before the Musaf offerings are valid even if they are brought first. And giving precedence to the Musaf offerings is not essential for the afternoon Tamid offerings to be valid. Although the Musaf offerings are supposed to be brought before the afternoon Tamid, the Tamid is valid even if it is brought first. And the proper order of bringing the Musaf offerings is not essential for each of them to be valid. Although the different Musaf offerings are supposed to be brought in a specific order, they are valid if they are brought out of order. As mentioned, 2 Tamid offerings were brought every day. The Mishnah discusses a case where one of them was not brought. If the Kohanim did not bring the Tamid lamb in the morning, they should nevertheless bring a Tamid in the afternoon, because each Tamid is valid without the other. Rabbi Shimon adds, Rabbi Shimon said, when is this true? When the Kohanim were forced to skip the morning Tamid or mistakenly skipped it. But if they deliberately did not offer the Tamid lamb in the morning, those Kohanim are penalized and they may not offer the Tamid in the afternoon. It should, however, be brought by different Kohanim. A similar case involving the Ketoris, daily incense offering, which was burnt twice each day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. If the Kohanim did not burn Ketoris in the morning, they may nevertheless burn Ketoris in the afternoon. Rabbi Shimon says if the morning Ketoris was not brought, the entire daily measure of Ketoris was brought in the afternoon. That is, on that afternoon, the Kohanim offer the amount usually burnt in the morning in addition to the amount usually burnt in the afternoon. The Mishnah now discusses the difference between the Tamid and the Ketoris. When an item in the Beis Hamikdash, whether a small utensil or a large object such as the Mizbeach or menorah, is first made, it must be inaugurated for service. This is done by using it in a specific manner for the service for which it was made. For example, the Mizbeach is inaugurated by bringing the Tamid offering on it. Now, when the Mishnah said earlier that the afternoon Tamid is brought even if the morning one was not, that applies only if the Mizbeach has already been inaugurated. If the Mizbeach is new and not yet inaugurated, the afternoon Tamid may not be offered on it unless the Tamid had been offered that morning. With regard to the Ketoris, though, the law is different. If the golden Mizbeach on which Ketoris is brought was not yet inaugurated, the afternoon Ketoris may be burnt on it even if no Ketoris was offered that morning. The Mishnah explains why. For we inaugurate the golden Mizbeach only with fragrant Ketoris offered in the afternoon, not in the morning. Therefore, if the golden Mizbeach is new and not yet inaugurated, the afternoon Ketoris is brought even though the morning Ketoris was not brought. For it is this afternoon Ketoris that will inaugurate the golden Mizbeach. The Mishnah contrasts this with the law of the outer Mizbeach, also called the Mizbeach HaOlah, on which the korbanos are offered. But we may inaugurate the Mizbeach HaOlah only with the morning Tamid, not with the afternoon Tamid. Therefore, if the Mizbeach HaOlah was not yet inaugurated, and the morning Tamid of that day was not brought to inaugurate the Mizbeach, we may not bring the afternoon Tamid that day. Rather, we must wait until the next morning and inaugurate the Mizbeach by bringing the morning Tamid. The Mishnah explains how other objects in the Beis Hamikdash are inaugurated. We inaugurate the Shulchan table only by placing the Lechem Apanim on it on Shabbos, and we inaugurate the menorah only by kindling its 7 lamps in the afternoon.